I'm Lil, and this is Meredith, and we're NCBI ROFL, which stands for National Center for Biotechnology Information Rolling on the Floor Laughing. So basically, we blog about funny science, and we want to summarize our top 20 favorite funny science articles.
All right, so we all know that correlation doesn't equal causation, but just so you know, in this study, they found that people with positive initials like WIN, W-I-N, or G-O-D actually live longer than people with negative initials like ass or die.
So in this study, they took new driver stickers and put them on the back of old beater cars or fancy new cars and drove them around. And if you're driving an old car, people are nicer to you with a new driver sticker, but if you're driving a fancy car, people are more aggressive and honk at you more.
All right, so this person's been on our blog several times. He studies bus size in relation to things, in this case hitchhiking, and he found that the same woman with bigger boobs got picked up more. He also studied bus size in courtship solicitation and found the women with big boobs got picked up more.
All right, so these people wanted to study the electrical properties of the human penis. So they took 3 human penises attached to 3 healthy Mongolian males and applied the greatest amount of safe electricity they could to the penises.
All right, so cat food makers have a problem. It's difficult to improve the flavor of the cat food because you can't ask the cats. So they actually, in this study, they used a human taste panel to actually eat the canned cat food and describe the flavors that they tasted.
All right, so did Darth Vader suffer from borderline personality disorder? The obvious answer is yes, for many different reasons, but most clearly because he periodically killed a bunch of people and then went crazy.
All right, so the title of this one speaks for itself. They found a cockroach during a colonoscopy. They're not sure how it got there. They think the person may have eaten it, but it doesn't really look digested, so maybe it came from the equipment, which may be worse.
So it's a common held belief in several Eastern countries that if you're having an epileptic seizure, the good thing to do is to smell dirty shoe smell. And so this paper tested that hypothesis, and it seems like there's some validity to that.
All right, so these people were trying to treat arachnophobia without the use of spiders. So instead, they showed people pictures of things that look like spiders, like the atomium of Brussels or carousel, or my favorite, a Rastafarian.
All right, so this paper describes a DIY tool to measure the volume of your breast. It relies on Archimedes' principle of volume displacement. So basically, you can use volume displacement to measure the volume of your breast.
All right, so a lot of our studies are funny because they have an obvious conclusion. So in this case, discus throwers are dizzy because they spin around. Also, do women go to the restroom or spend more time in the restroom than men? And the answer is yes, they do.
Okay, so this is a case study where a guy was on a motorcycle, got in an accident, had open knee surgery, it seemed to heal fine, but 6 months later his knees started locking out when he was walking, and they opened it up and there was a bottle cap in there the whole time, like a soda bottle cap.
All right, so this is a study by a doctor who must have fallen asleep during math class because she basically, in trying to find the area under a metabolic curve, she basically reinvented calculus, named it after herself, and got it through peer review.
All right, so you always thought JFK was shot with a gun. Well, this paper presents another hypothesis that he was shot with a poison arrow, perhaps shot from an umbrella like this one that hit him in the neck, and he actually died because of the poison.
All right, so it's difficult to study dog farts in vitro. So in this study, they actually used an in vivo model. They collected the dog farts and had an odor judge assign a rating to each one and then correlated it with hydrogen sulfide concentration.
All right, so are vampires repulsed by garlic? This paper wanted to ask that question, but owing to a lack of vampires, they used medical leeches, great model system, and they actually found that leeches are more attracted to garlic-laden fingers.
Okay, so for you professors out there who tell your students not to drink before big tests, science has actually proved you wrong. People who drank before the GRE did just as well as those who didn't, although their mood scores were not as good.
All right, so what do you do when somebody has hiccups that just don't go away, no matter what you try? So this group used the DRM technique, which is digital rectal massage with your digits.
In your rectum. All right, so a woman has oral sex with her boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend finds her. A knife fight ensues. She's stabbed in the stomach. The sperm from the stomach gets into her uterus. She gets pregnant. They know that it's from the stomach because she doesn't have a vagina. Oral conception.